Ho, ho, ho. It's bloody Christmas. Well, not yet, but you know, we'll be soon. We'll have to wheel out old Cliff Richard. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
Stop it. Get some help.
Right, it's just going to be brilliant. I bloody love Christmas. It is like my favourite time of year. If Christopher Biggins and Nigella Lawson had a child, it'd be me. So we're going to kick off this festive season with some festive sausage rolls. Kind of veering a little bit off course of the cost of living stuff, but still keeping in that theme of sort of cheap. I'm not going to go out and buy loads of bougie ingredients to make some sausage rolls. Okay? But I love them. I don't like these though. These are shop bought, rubbish, dry fart nuggets. Fucking awful. I don't know why people eat these. Look at that. Might as well eat a bloody shoe. So we're going to make our own, not ones. But listen, before we dive into it, do the usual thing. Like, share, subscribe, thank you very much. Share it to your friends and family, put it on social media, all that kind of stuff, thank you very much. But yeah, let's crack on, let's make some sausage rolls. Right, quick little rundown, what we got then. There is some pastry in the fridge, but I want to keep it cold so it's in there. Eggs for our egg wash, got some apple, show you why in a second. I've got some fennel seeds and some sesame seeds. You don't have to add these, but I just like to add them to the top of the pastry because they taste bloody marvellous. Fennel and pork, match made in heaven, trust. Got some cheapo 43p Lidl's own brand sage and onion stuffing mix. I've already made it up, but you've got to make sure it's cold because we're going to put that on the pastry, and if it's hot, it's going to melt the pastry, so make sure it's cold. Make it to packet instructions. You're not going to use all of this, but you might as well make the whole lot up. Whatever you've got left over, just make into stuffing balls, put them in a bag, stick them in the freezer. Then they're ready for your next roast dinner. And we've got sausages. Okay, it wouldn't be a sausage roll without sausages, would it? So what we need to do to crack on with these sausage rolls is we need to get the meat out of the meat condoms. Bowl. And look, it's easy, isn't it? Okay. Well, I guess it's not easy if you're squeamish about touching raw meat, but well, if that's the case, get someone else to do it. And look, all you got to do is take your sausage and just squeeze out the meat into the bowl. Use your favourite sausages. There's your little meat condom. That can go in the bin. Right, there we go. Look, there's all the sausage meat out of its casings. Stick that to one side. Because I'm going to add some apple to that. So I'm going to peel one of these puppies up. And you have to work quite quickly with this because you don't want the apple to go brown. And then it's just a case of slicing the thing in half. I'm going to remove that core. Then we're going to dice them up. And I don't want them too small, but I don't want the dice too big either, because you don't want to be sort of biting into massive chunks of apple. You just want a nice bit of texture in there and that bit of sweetness. Just kind of like that really, small little dice, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to add my diced apple to the sausage meat. I didn't actually need to use all of it, okay, it was quite a large apple, so use a smaller one, or just eat the rest of that yourself, give it to the kids, throw it at your neighbour, do what you want. Now I'm going to add some salt and pepper, just a touch. You shouldn't need to do this because sausage meat is already seasoned, but for me personally they don't put enough salt in, so personal preference really. Add a bit of fresh cracked black pepper. But a little tip for you as well, what you can do is mix all this up, take a bit of the sausage meat filling, fry it up, taste it. If it needs more seasoning, you can add some. And then it's just a case of getting your hands in there and mixing it all up until you've got like a lovely meaty appley paste. So there you go, look, there's your sausage meat filling. Gonna give it a lick. Pastry. Don't be faffing about with trying to make your own pastry. No one's got flipping time for that. This is pre-made, ready to go, puff pastry from Lidl's. It's just over £1 a roll, it's fine. Shop bought pastry is just demonstrably fine. So we're going to start off with the first one. Open the packet, you know the score. I'm just going to lay down just a little bit of flour, just so it doesn't stick to the surface too much. And all I'm going to do is take a rolling pin and just sort of roll it out a touch. And I'm going to trim it down a little bit because if I fold that over, that is a lot of overhang for our sausage roll. What I'm going to do is just trim it down a little bit. We'll go there. And I'm going to fold that up. And don't waste it. Stick that in the freezer, in a little bag, use it for something else. So what we're going to do first is lay down some of our sage and onion stuffing mix. And you want to leave like a bit of a border around the outside, because if you go too far over, you're not going to be able to seal it. So make sure you've got enough of a border. You don't have to be too precious about it, but make sure that the layer's not too thick, because otherwise you're not going to fit the sausage meat on either. And just the same as the sage and onion stuffing mix, we're going to sort of add our sausage meat. And you kind of want to form it into like a sausage as well, and just sort of spread it out. Again, not too much, because you can overfill these. There we go, there's our sausage layer. And then all you've got to do is lift the other half, sort of fold it over. You might have to sort of tug it down a little bit. And then you just take a fork and just sort of crimp it. Okay, just like so. And just because I like to, I'm going to trim it up a little bit, just kind of square those ends off. You know, it's Christmas, you've got to put the bloody effort in, haven't you? And I should have done this on a chopping board really, because I'm going to scratch the kitchen top, ain't I? Oh well. So that's the first one done. What I'm going to do is put this to one side in the fridge, and I'll do the other one. Christmas time, mistletoe. I've got that song in my head now. So my sausage rolls are in the fridge. We're going to sort them out in a second. I've got an egg here, just cracked in, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And now I have mentioned this in previous videos. If you're kind of making a recipe that you need an egg wash, if you add a little bit of salt, it breaks down the egg. So it's not going to be as gloopy. So it'll kind of brush on the pastry or whatever a little bit better. Right, so what I'm going to do is take my sausage roll. All right, now be careful. Treat it with respect. Lay it down nice and gently, as you would a newborn child. Now you can leave it whole like that if you want just one massive sausage roll. But you know, if you've got sort of friends coming over or family, it's going to be a bit weird, isn't it, if you're all sort of chomping into the same sausage roll. So what we're going to do is turn them into smaller sausage rolls. Okay, so I'm going to cut through that sort of size, party food sort of size, I'd say. Right, okay, so I've sliced the other sausage roll up. I'm going to take our beaten egg, our egg wash, and brush over the top. Make sure you get every part of the pastry, because you don't want kind of dry spots. And once you've egg washed all the sausage rolls, what I've got here, got some sesame seeds and some fennel seeds. And literally all I'm going to do is just sort of sprinkle some on the top. You don't have to do this, but it does add a bit of extra flavour. And the fennel seed works really well with pork. There we are, look, there's our sausage rolls all ready to go. What I'm going to do though is stick them in the fridge for a bit, because I need to have a bit of a clean down. There's a mess in here. See you in a bit.
Dinner was full!
Now what you can do at this point is make a choice, make a decision. You can either make and cook them on the day, or if you want to save yourself a bit of stress and hassle, you can freeze them. If you're going to freeze them, what you need to do is put them on a baking sheet on a single layer, put them in the freezer, and then when they're fully frozen, you can then like tip them out and put them into a bag. If you don't do that first step and chuck them all in a bag, they're all going to like kind of stick together and be one sort of homogenised mush. But I'm going to bake all of mine off now, because I'll eat them in the coming days, because I'm a greedy fat sod. And I'm also going to do them in the air fryer. This thing here, switch it on, and I'm going to put it about 180, and I'll do it for like 25 minutes. It's going to take about 5 minutes for this to like get nice and hot. Right, so this is hot enough now. So I'm going to get my sausage rolls in. Obviously I'm not going to fit all of these in like one go, so I'm going to have to do them in batches. Close the lid. Is that on? Are you on? Yeah, it's on, isn't it? Yeah. And I'll bake those off for about, I reckon about 15-20 minutes. They're going to be golden. There we are then. My festive sausage rolls to kick off this Christmas season. So I'm going to give one a try. I know these are going to be still too hot. I just know, but I can't bloody wait any longer. I'm starving. I'm going to pick this bad boy here. Let's go. Oh, that nice bit of fennel. That nice kind of aniseedy kick. Goes really good with pork. You've got to be careful because it's powerful stuff. But listen, right, that is a banging sausage roll. They're nice and hot and fresh. They taste good. Well, that's what you want. What do you want them? Or do you want this fart nugget? This crap here? I mean, look at, oh, this pisses me off, actually. Right, look at this. That. Oh, fucking shite. And then you just got that. Don't know whether to eat it or f it. Dog. But there we have it. Festive sausage rolls done. First of the Christmas recipes 2022. If you enjoyed the video, stick a like on it. Share it to your friends and family. Put it on social media, all that kind of jazz. But I'll see your lovely faces in the next video. Bye for now. Merry Christmas. You coming, Ben?
The bells and bells, but I'll be home for